Also, we've got Mary Shemansky and Paul Rogers here to have a bit of a chat about new routing in the Darrans. And yeah, we thought we'd mix a bit of the old with the new. Not sure.
That's old.
But I might start with Paul, who helped establish with Murray Judge one of the famous Darrans climbs, Labyrinth. And yeah, Paul, tell us a bit about how, firstly, why did you start at the bottom and not at the top? Because you could have just wrapped down the north face of Barry and put the bolts in that way. So why did you start at the bottom, and what's it like to bolt a hard route on lead?
Well, first of all, it was coming down from the top wasn't even in our vocabulary in those days. So our kind of vocabulary was we're in the mountains and we're going to start at the bottom.
Bolting wasn't in your vocabulary though, was it?
Certainly wasn't in mine, and I'd never placed a bolt before until that trip. And so I went through Homer Tunnel one day with Murray and did some hand drilling. And just through the tunnel, just climbing up these slabs and this drilling on lead.
But we can still trust those bolts, can't we?
Oh yeah, you probably can. No, you probably can. Like people look at the bolts and start, packing themselves because they're much smaller than the bolts they use now. But they're still there, and they probably still hold a full. But anyway, so really and truly, we used to just resort to bolting after we exhausted all our other options, which was placing gear, moving out from natural gear placements and trying to link those up, to kind of running it out if you had to. And so as long as the holds kept coming and you could find a good sky placement, you could hand drill.
Tell me what's the world with no soul? I need to know. What would it be? Tell me what would it be? No soul.
So this is before the time of a battery drill.
That's right. Yeah, Murray Judge had probably got via mail order a star drill set up from the US, and so we were just putting in, I guess they were called rivets. They were kind of split pin things, and you just star drill your bolt placement, clean it out, and then just hammer in a rivet with a hanger on it, SMC hanger, and they seem to work. And I reckon it takes between 35 minutes and 40 minutes per bolt, and so you didn't exactly put a lot in, you just put in what you needed. And but it took us 3 days to climb, hand drill where we needed to, put bolt belays in, and lead clean Labyrinth, which was 220 metres.
Yeah. And earlier, I think I asked you at the time, at the time you did it, you said that the grade, around 23, that was near your on-sighting level for that day, and you still were, going up, having to hang off the sky hook, potentially take a good-sized whipper if you needed to. But a lot of people I've talked about Labyrinth, they think it's quite run out, but you say you thought you had quite a lot of gear on it, as well as the bolts that you did end up putting in.
Yeah, I mean, there's one pitch that's got 5 bolts in 50 metres, but what people don't realise is that there might be a small flake that you might get your fingers tipped in. I might have had 2 wires in that flake, and that kind of spurs me on to make the next move, to get into maybe a good line of pockets or something like that. And so what made that route go was the fact that there was enough natural gear for us not to just spend the whole time hand drilling, and then the quality of the rocks, like these amazing scallops pockets that I'd never come across on granite before, ever, anywhere. There was just this beautiful line of pockets that enables you to kind of really start linking moves and yarding it out, and running it out a bit as well. But running it out with real confidence in the rock, confidence in the moves, It's not super steep, so you know it's the kind of thing that you can sample, and you can try and work out the sequence before you commit to it. And so we never fell. We just we would reverse the moves back down to the good jug. When we thought we had it dialed, we'd then go through and nail the movement.